What's up, weirdos? Welcome back to my 12 days of horror. We only have 2 days left, which is honestly pretty sad. I've been having a really good time. And just so you all know, I am taking a tiny baby break after this just to spend some time with my family and my dog. But I will be doing a live stream on December 30th, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then on January 1st, I'll be fully back with videos, fresh new content for you. Very excited about it. So this movie we're talking about today, I didn't actually initially have on my list, but the movie tweeted at me after I announced my 12 days of horror, and I was like, yeah, sure, I'll check this out. And I'm always down to do indie horror, like smaller films, so if you have requests for that, please let me know and I'll check it out. But yeah, this movie's called Sleigh Bells. It just came out this year, and it's directed by Spooky Dan Walker. A little bit of an eye roll, but it's okay. Okay, so let's just go ahead and really get into it. I rented this movie on YouTube, and I started watching it, and about 5 minutes in, I swear I almost turned it off. I was like, I am not about this. I don't like it. I don't like the vibes of it. And then I was like, Felicia, you just paid $5 to watch this, and these nice people worked really hard to make this film. And so I was like, okay, I'm gonna finish it out, gonna give it another chance. And honestly, I'm pretty glad I did. For those of you who don't know, this movie is about 3 cosplaying YouTubers that basically go to this abandoned Santa village. They meet Santa, they meet Krampus, some shit goes down. Okay, so I guess I'll start with why I almost turned it off first. And mostly I was like, okay, there's these 3 girls, they're all really playing the dumb hot girl stereotype, like aggressively. There's some like really poorly executed exposition. The script in general is just kind of bad. And then I saw it was directed by a man, and I was like, oh my god, like you have this horrible stereotype, and then it's directed by a man, and I'm just like, come on. And then I was like, okay, we're gonna keep going, we're gonna keep going. And I would tell you that about 2/3 of the way through, which I understand is a long time to wait in a movie, it actually gets pretty good. It's like very hardcore B-movie. It gets very fun and actiony at the end, and there's some like weird twists and stuff. And I really enjoyed, by the time the girls like put down their video camera and are actually like fighting for their lives, like it gets kind of badass. And then I was like, okay, this movie is like, okay. And then things got weird because I started doing my research, right? And I started researching the casting, and then so I'll start with the least weird and then go to the most weird. So the least weird thing, which is cool to me, is that Barry Bostwick plays Santa Claus. And if you don't know, that's Brad Majors in Rocky Horror Picture Show, which is one of my favorite movies of all time. Also, I laughed so hard because on IMDb, the character of Brad Majors says Brad Majors dash a hero. And I just thought that I like died laughing. It's so good. So now we're gonna move to moderately weird. So this character Dahlia is played by a woman named Susan Slaughter, which if that is your real name, you are blessed, my friend. And so she is an actress sometimes, yes, but she is also a professional paranormal expert, which I just think is like cool and weird that like this like paranormal girl wants to do like horror movies. It's just like a funny like crossover for me. And now we're gonna get to the weird, okay? We're going like a deep dive now. So Sadie, who is the girl in the blue wig, is played by Hannah Wagner, also known as Hannah Meeks on YouTube back in the day. So Hannah Meeks was like a cosplayer YouTuber that had a really large following for like a few years, and she was like consistently uploading, and then one day just stopped with no explanation, totally disappeared. No one knew what happened to her. There was like all these conspiracy theories about what happened to her, but most likely she just like got tired of YouTube or something. But super weird. And then she randomly shows up in this movie, and then I just read this interview that basically she didn't show up to the premiere of the movie, and now no one can find her again. No one knows where she is. She's not answering calls or anything. And this girl just like sort of disappears sometimes. And that's so crazy and weird. But Hannah Meeks, you can look her up on YouTube. Her channel is still not active, sorry. Her channel is still live. It exists. You can watch the videos. But obviously she hasn't posted since like 2013-ish or something like that. But it's just like crazy. Okay, now let's get to some ratings. For the scare, I'm giving it a 1 because I at no point was scared. Sometimes I was grossed out by Krampus's penis that's on screen, but never really scared. Gore, I'm giving it a 3. There is a perfectly average amount of gore, especially for a B movie, it feels about right. Cheese, 5, absolutely, but that's also definitely what they intended, so you killed it on the cheese, good job. And then overall, this is so hard because there are many things about this movie I really did not like, but I still had a really fun time watching the last 20 minutes or so, and so I was like, I'm gonna give it a 2.5 out of 5, which I know sounds low, but it's not as low as I just rated Jack Frost from 1997, so we're trying here, people. And now just a couple of notable moments. So the grossest scene, I'm just gonna say it again, was Krampus's penis. I was just like, come on, like I guess he was gonna like rape the Sadie girl, like gross. And like I just didn't need to see a penis on a Krampus. Like I just was like, ugh. Like I understand like that somebody would probably think that's funny, but I was just sort of grossed out. The funniest thing to me is when the sleigh at the end like explodes in the sky, and it looks exactly like in Pokemon when Team Rocket is like, Team Rocket's blasting off again, and then they explode in the sky and there's like a little like star. It was like very that, and I appreciated it. Also, I'll just say that having Mrs. Claus come in for the twist at the end was like really fun, and I was like, alright, okay. And alright guys, that's it for this video. If you've seen it, let me know down below. Let me know if you plan on checking it out. They are, you know, an indie horror movie, so I would say, yeah, go support them, go check it out, and let me know what you liked and didn't like about it. And that's it. So I will see you tomorrow for my last day of my 12 Days of Horror, and have a nice scream. Bye!